All right, let's go through AEW Dark results real quick. First up, the Gun Club, Billy and Austin, and Colton Gunn making his debut. It defeats Sean Maluta, BSHP King, and Joey O'Reilly. Then we get a Lance Archer segment talking about how he's going to destroy everybody. Then we get Ricky Starks defeating Travis Titan. Joey Janela with Sonny Kiss defeating Marco Stunt. I have some ideas about Marco Stunt. We'll get that in a minute. Then we had the waiting room segment with Dr. Britt Baker and Jack Evans. If you watched it, I'm like, dude's like teeth are like yellow, like Angelico's clothes. Did anybody else notice that? Frankie Kazarian defeated Griff Garrison. Penelope Ford defeated Rain Victoria. She made her debut. Brandon Cutler defeated Rysine. Layla Hirsch defeated Tesha Price. And what I thought was, couldn't it be kind of interesting to pair Layla Hirsch with Marco Stunt and have her be, because she's teeny, but she's powerful and she's a good wrestler. I think she's definitely has a future in AEW. But it's really interesting to pair those two up for some reason. Like she beats up people that pick on Marco Stunt or something like that. I just thought of when I was watching it. But that was a good match. Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt, like I said, defeated TNT, Terrence Hughes, and Terrell Hughes, the sons of Devon Dudley. The Acclaimed, Anthony Bowens and Matt Caster defeated D3 and Angel Fashion. Ivelisse with Diamante defeated Alex Gracia. Thunder Rosa, making her return to AEW Dark, defeated Lindsay Snow. Peter Avalon, Pretty Peter Avalon, I should say, had a little segment there. The Big Swole defeated Kaylin King. Then Darby Allin had a little segment with Ricky Starks out there. Then finally, Jack Evans with Angelico defeated Christopher Daniels, and that wraps up AEW Dark. All right, let's get to our AEW Dynamite results for November 18th, 2020. First up, we got the tag match, the Young Bucks versus Top Flight, and Top Flight certainly impressed, and so did the Young Bucks. This was a great match, and actually we named this our Elite Match of the Night. Winner, the Young Bucks. We gave this a 4.25. Great match across the board. Super excited about Top Flight being part of AEW. I think these guys could be your next quote-unquote Hardys type team. I mean, one guy is 19, the other one is 21. They're young. They look fantastic out there. Could you imagine Top Flight against FTR? That would be a good one. Top Flight against the Lucha Brothers. That would be a good one too. So super excited about Top Flight coming on board, and the AEW's roster is getting stacked. Next up, the Inner Circle. They're in Las Vegas. We have that whole bit, them hanging out, being goofballs, whatever. John Moxley segment, talking about his life in wrestling, and drops a little bombshell that his wife, Renee Paquette, is pregnant. So congratulations to John Moxley. He mentions that in the segment, which was kind of cool. I was like, wait a second, what did he just say? Next up, Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy. This was a great match, and I know some people hate on Kip Sabian, I should say. Not Chris Sabian, Kip Sabian. Some people hate on him. I think he's great, and I like what they're doing with Miro. Winner, Orange Cassidy. I gave this one a 4. This was a great match as well. I actually, after watching this match, I was like, I need to up the Top Flight Young Bucks match, because this one was a great match as well. Then we get John Moxley versus Kenny Omega contract signing, but John Moxley gets beat up backstage. Who knows? I'll just throw this out there. I think it was Adam Hangman Page that knocked out John Moxley. Just throwing it out there. Little conspiracy theory out there for you. Next, we have the Inner Circle segment, another fun thing that they all did. That was a lot of fun. Next, his return, Pac versus The Blade. Did not look very rusty to me. Winner, Pac, gave this a 3.75. I just think some of the other matches in the beginning were better, but this was a great match as well. And at the end of the match, it looks like our friends, the Death Triangle, is back in business. It will be interesting to see how that goes, because I was like, Death Triangle, these three guys together, I don't see the pairing. Now we get to finally see what their plans were for this group going forward. So it'll be a real interesting thing to kind of watch over the next couple months. Glad to see Pac back in there. NWA Women's Championship match, Serena Deeb versus Thunder Rosa. This was a great match. This is one of the great matches of the night. Winner, Serena Deeb. I gave this a 3.75. This was great. This was the kind of women's wrestling we need to see. A lot of it hasn't been that good. These two girls know what they're doing. Super excited that Serena Deeb is here. I want them to sign Thunder Rosa. I think she's one of the top free agents out there. Well, top wrestlers not signed with WWE or AEW. But this was a great match, which sets up something else which we reported on Pro Wrestling News Hub about her and Britt Baker talking a little smack. Well, Britt Baker gets involved at the end, so we could be getting a Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa stuff. Now, it would be very kind of cool if Britt Baker Thunder Rosa took place on NWA TV. Just saying out there that would be kind of cool. Next, when we had coming up next week, Anna Jay, a funny little segment with John Silver and Anna Jay. Anna Jay is going to be taking on Hikaru Shida. We'll talk about that later. Then finally, your tag match, Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. At first, I thought this wasn't going to be that good. Then actually, this turned out to be a really good match. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks with the win. I give this a grade of 3.75. This was a good match, too. At the end, Will Hobbs comes out because there's a beatdown going on, and Will Hobbs has joined Team Taz, something that I did not expect. We've heard Tony Khan talk about Will Hobbs getting a big push. This is an interesting matchup as well. So now we get Will Hobbs joining Team Taz. Next week's card is announced. We got 4 matches, including a championship match. First up, we get Hikaru Shida versus Anna Jay for the AEW Women's Championship match. This makes me very excited as Pro Wrestling News Hub's editor because the stats will go through the roof when every time Anna Jay is mentioned or is in the ring, our stats go up. So this will be a great traffic thing for us. Whether or not this is a great match, I still think Anna Jay is pretty green. So I'm not really sure how this will go. But Hikaru Shida seems to be able to do well with some of kind of the rookie type people. I don't expect Anna Jay to win at all, but still, Hikaru Shida versus Anna Jay. Clearly, that will be the second to last match of the night, where women's matches always end up. Also on the card, Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus SCU, Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. Will Hobbs, after joining Team Taz, he'll be in action. I assume he'll be with one of the dark type AEW dark type talents. He'll go up against them. Death Triangle returns. We got Pac and Ray Phoenix versus the Butcher and the Blade. I would love to see Pac and Ray Phoenix go at it more than I would see Pac and Ray Phoenix go with the Butcher and the Blade. Should stand to be a good match, and it'll be great to see Pac and Ray Phoenix team up with Penta in the corner, bringing Death Triangle back as we close out the new year. And that's your card for next week's AEW Dynamite. More announcements is sure to come during the week, so stay tuned.